there. I am so super excited to share something with you. So I just got back from that totally awesome book sale that I was talking about this morning in my live. It is a once a year book sale that I absolutely look forward to. And normally I go on Friday mornings because it's Friday and Saturday, but I caught word that Thursday night was a open house for teachers. So if you brought your teacher ID, you could go into the book sale, and they were actually giving books free for classrooms. And I just thought that was incredible. And I actually went with the intention of finding something for my classroom. I didn't really find anything for my classroom, but I found a lot of other stuff. And if you could buy other books too, even though, it's the preview, you could buy other books too, but you had to pay for them. And I paid for all of my books because I don't think I'll be using any of these in the classroom, even though I do bring in some of my own books and let the students borrow them or read them. I didn't buy these with that intention. So it was like, there was a couple that I think I might read to the class, but that wasn't my intention. So oh my gosh, I'm so chuffed that I got to go in early because it wasn't as crowded. Now, I will say, for teachers being teachers, I kind of, talked a little bit to people and they just basically acted like that I, had three heads, which is, I said something, someone picked up a Diane Kelly book and I was like, oh my gosh, that series is incredible. And just kind of looked at me like, basically she looked at me like I tooted. So yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that, but whatever, because book people are usually nice people. That's beside the point. Anyway, that's not why you're here. You want to see my book haul. Now, I'm going to preface this. I don't normally do book hauls because I don't normally buy a lot of books. And a lot of the books that I have bought are either going to be gifted or I might do in do a giveaway or something like that. But some of these I really do plan to read. So I'm so chuffed. Yay, so excited. All right, you ready? Okay. So I found three, and I found the Olivia Matthews, the whole series. Now, the books were 50 cents a piece if they're softback and $1 for hardback. Okay, this whole series. I have not read this series. I'm planning to read it. And once I read it, I probably will give it away to someone else to read it. I'm sure that I will enjoy it. If I really love it and continue to read the whole thing, I will have the books to do so. So, yay! The next one that I bought was a really cool version of The Hobbit. I own the hardcover Hobbit. I own like the very first, not the first edition, I wish, but like the first, like a copy of the first hardback, like it looks like it. But the artwork on that, it looks like some groovy 70s fantasy. I had to have it. Now, I might end up doing some art with it. I don't know, but I thought it was totally cool. So for middle grade May, The Treehouse Mystery by Carol Reach York. I loved the pictures in this. I just thought it was cute. And I kind of vaguely remember maybe reading this as a young person. So I grabbed that. There is, brought me back a little bit because I remember reading this book, Beverly Cleary's 15. Yes, I remember this. I also found one of my favorite authors. Yay! I have read both of these. I have loved both of these, but I have a really good friend who is just now starting on her cheese shop mystery journey, and I might either let her borrow these or I might give them away to friends who are having some trouble finding them. I don't know. I'm going to do something with these, but I could not buy these. Yay. Then, along with that, Cooking with Cheese, because it's a cheese shop mystery. And I found a couple of vintage cheese books that I've been kind of collecting, and I kind of have a gift idea for somebody very special for that. So, yeah. And this is The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. This is one that I probably will end up reading to my classroom. This is by L. Frank Baum, who is also the person who wrote The Wizard of Oz. It's some really cute, little bitty, like pencil drawn kind of types of illustrations. I didn't realize that he had written this book. So I was excited when I found it. Like these little drawings in them, I think are so cute. Well worth it to me. And I found a Trixie Belden, The Mystery of the Emeralds. I have yet to read a Trixie Belden. I still have not. So I have 9 and 14. I know somebody who really loves Trixie Belden, so that may eventually end up going to that person. I found a couple of Agatha Christie's. There was a ton of Agatha Christie books there, and I could have bought them all, but I don't like to have a lot of books in my house, and I love to read books, believe me, but I borrow from the library or do a lot of digital reading. So this one looked really interesting to me, the Baghdad, Middle Eastern. I work with a lot of students from the Middle East. This just interested me. And then Halloween Party is, the movie was recently made, and I watched the movie, so I think I'm going to read that just to kind of compare. I probably won't read it until October, but I got that one. I don't know why I picked this up. This is not my genre, but Roanoke Warrior by Carter Vaughn. I don't know why I picked this up. I think it was a lusty novel of a daredevil fighter and a lover on the early American frontier. I'm getting like Clan of the Cave Bear vibes. I don't know. I probably will not read this. I probably gift it. Here's another J.R. Tolkien, The Return of the King. I loved the graphics on the front of that. I just thought it was uber cool. The Fellowship of the Ring. I got the whole series. Two Towers. I got the whole series. I got the whole series. I'm excited about that, clearly. I just love the art. One Fat Summer. I think I read this one time. It's a Harper Trophy. I really think that I read this when I was a young person, because I always tried to find fat people stuff because I was a fat people. 1977. I think that I've read this, but we'll see. I like books with big characters in them because it makes me not feel so alone. Lauren Elliott. I have discovered. I discovered this, the Steeped in Secrets. I got it because it was first in the series, and I like anything that's got a hot mug, or that has a hot mug with coffee or tea. So, yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of this, but it takes place in New Mexico, which, you don't have a lot of cozies in New Mexico, and I need a New Mexico on my map. So, I picked that up. We may read that. We may give it away. Who knows? As you can tell, I like a hot cup. Let's see my earrings. If I find an Ellie Alexander, I'm picking it up. It is almost absolutely impossible with all the library cards that I have to find an Ellie Alexander to check out. So this is Catch Me If You Candy by Ellie Alexander. It's one of the newer ones. It's going to take me a while to get there, but I at least have it available. This looked really cute and cottage-core to me. It's The Secret Serendipity, written by Kathy Nickerson. Nickerson. It's a summertime book, so I'm going to put this in my summer read. It's not very big. It looks like it could be a middle grade almost, but it just caught my eye. I have a good friend who is going back to the classroom and needs some middle grade books for his classroom library, so I'll probably read that and pass it on to him to put in his classroom library. I also found another series. I think there's only 3 in the series. I may be wrong, but this is the first 3 in the series. It's the Kitchen Witch series by Lynn Cahoon. I have never read a Lynn Cahoon book, yet I've heard that name a bazillion times. So I'm thinking Halloween, October, that September, October fall vibes. All 3 of them. Like I said, if I love them, I read them, I love them, I will let somebody else love them too. I dropped a book. That was not nice of me. The next book I got is not really my genre, but I've heard really good things about it. And this cover, Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. This cover is gorgeous. And I watch a YouTuber, Darley Desi, raved about this. And we don't always have the same taste in books, but I thought I would give it a try. If I don't love it, I will gift it to somebody else. And if I do love it, I will probably still gift it to somebody else after I read it. But I don't know, it was calling to me. It was probably a cover buy, to be honest. And last but most certainly not least, at this book sale, The Cat Who. And I believe The Cat Who Could Read Backwards is the very first book in the series. So I think this might be the first 3. And if it is, I am stoked because I really wanted to start this series. I really wanted to read it. And if I love it, then I have the first 3. So I think, yeah, The Cat Who Could Read Backwards, the copyright is 1966. So I believe that's the first in the series. So, and I have looked at the library, and our library doesn't have this. So now I have it, and I can start it. That makes me so excited. So that's my small little, my book stack. My small little library, or my little book sale haul. Oh my goodness, it was so cool. We will probably end up going back on Saturday because they have the $4 book bag sale, and Dan wants to go and look around, I'm sure. But I went in looking for school books first because I figured that's why I'm there. And then I kind of perused through the mysteries, and they had all the cozy mysteries in one little spot, and they really didn't have, as far as like all the other things, cozy mysteries was there weren't a lot of them, but that's okay. It was small but mighty. I got some good ones. Yeah. I also have another little mini haul that I went thrifting on Wednesday, and I found a couple of little treasures too. Christmas Cowbells by Molly Cox Bryan. And I will read that at Christmas time. Daisies for Innocence. I have looked at this multiple times and have almost bought it at used book sales, used book stores that were a little more than what I paid for it here. I paid $1 for it. So I think I looked at it and it was $5 or $6, and I was like, oh, I don't know. And yes, I picked this one up. It looks adorable. It looks very spring. It was totally a cover buy because I went in without my glasses and I thought the cover was cute. I saw it was first in the series and I decided. And last but most certainly not least is To Fetch a Felon by Jennifer Hawkins. I am 88%, 85% finished with this book, and I am in love with it. And I'm in love with it because the main character's name is Emma, which is my niece, and her dog's name is Oliver, which is my niece's dog's name. It is cute. The dog talks. You know how I love that. Fantastic. This is a fantastic book. So thank you so much for watching my crazy little book haul. I am going to put in or splice in a couple of little scenes from the book sale, if I can talk, and so you can kind of get a visual of how big this sale was. For my romance friends, Sarah, I thought of you the entire time I was there, girl. I would have bought every book on the table for you. They had the Harlequin romances, the really, really old ones with the really, really cool covers. And I was this close to picking up several of them. And I thought, I don't read them. So I did leave them for somebody else to enjoy because I don't want to have books sitting in my house that no one is going to read. And I know that you would read them. But it just makes me so sad to see them sitting there. But somebody will love them. Anyway, this is the end of this little portion. So ciao. How crazy was all of those books? My goodness, I couldn't get over how many were there. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please like and subscribe. Also, If no one has told you today that you matter, you certainly do. You make this world a better place just by being in it. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Happy reading.